He's top stakes for UK firms as Sport Wager starts to distribution in America. Of Tuesday, new rules on wager came in impact in Delaware, a diminutive East Shore country on several hours of Washington. Neighboring New Jersey could begin receiving sport bets as previous as Friday. The changes are the at first in which could be a wavelength of legalization following the high trial recent monthly purified the way for state to enable Sport Wager. The production sees a one day in a general prospect to set a new marketplace in sport. Mad America, told Dublin-based finance analyst David Jennings, who heads recreation study at Davy. For UK firms that are grappling in consolidating, enlarged on the internet contest and stricter rules of UK regulators, the synchronization is especially suitable. But the production says accounting on the US remnant a dangerous rate, as UK companies pursue complex country-by-country regulatory and contest of rooted regional interests. The US taken into account for on 23% of the planet's $244 bn, pound 182 bn, in-game income recent year, onto a paper by Technavio published in January. Firms are hoping to tap in more than of how operation following recent monthly's judgment, that affected downward a 1992 Fed law how prohibited state external of Nevada and a few other of authorizing Sport Wager. The governing found the law was an above reach of Fed force. But the trial it did not in fact legalize Sport Wager, outgoing how issue to regional lawmakers. How is anticipated to conduct to considerable change in how firms get license, wherever Sport Wager can happen, and that events are outdoor to assumption, in big implications for the amount of the marketplace. Capacity income ranges of $1 to nearly $20 bn every year depending on factors. Love how lot state go to legalize, Oxford Economy alleged in a 2017 research for the US Game Associate. Down there was a lot of the is departure to be enormous, told Will Hockley, London-based chief of recreation for consultants KPMG. Currently, he told, I believe largest human beings are looking at the as, he's an prospect but he's not departure to be $20 bn and he's departure to be country by country and he's departure to get period. Chris Wood, operating CEO at Eilers & Krasik Game, predicts how 32 states will legalize Sport Wager in several shape by 2023, creation a marketplace in on $6 bn in yearly income. But bookmakers pursue a far various scenery in America rather than they do in the UK, wherever wager shops are a common view. U.S. laws bounded gamble substantially to home US lands and Nevada's Las Vegas Strip before comparatively newly. In the famous imaginative, Sport Wager has length been related to a 1919 baseball game Planet episode Matchstick Fixing Fracas. State include as well been sluggish to legalize lot forms of on the internet gamble, in spite a 2011 Judiciary Division view how emerging to shoot existing barriers. Time Sport Wager is characteristically examined in its own class, it obviously remnant to be seen if it gets the type of pulse human beings believe it will, told Keith Milling, machine operator, law prof at Duck College and company author of a volume on Sport Wager regulatory. David Carruthers is the ex-head execution of Betn Sports, who was detained in the U.S. in 2006 for fleeing an offshore on the internet bookmaker and serviced jail period. Now a advisor, he says UK firms should attitude the marketplace thoroughly, selecting partners in cautious and avoiding missteps how could conduct to controller clearance. The is in prospect for the US sport better. I'm not certainly if it is in prospect for industry, he says. It very is dependent on the result of country law and how the industry operators conduct the prospect. As legalization starts, Sport Wager firms are advocacy to parry off top tax rates, as customer request by U.S. sport leagues, that wish to gather a % of income as in consistency royalties. World companies pursue the added problem of a strong current game production, in gambling house operators, country-run lotteries and home US tribes how are searching to protect their sod. Analysts say UK firms will requirement to hit partnerships, offer their examination and technique in procedure to do inroads. They spot to spec as latter add how it is provided technique for Kentucky Derbyshire carrier Churchill Downs as an sample of the type of deals potential to materialize. It will be a gain-gain for everyone, but it will be partnerships and it will be managed by technique, Mr. Hockley told. Joe Asher, head execution at William Mound US, is precise-eyed on the realities the business has been putting in the U.S. marketplace with 2011, while it acquired 3 U.S. firms to set a presence in Nevada. William Mound now employs on 450 human beings in the U.S. and has announced partnerships in casinos in Iowa and New Jersey. It planned as hazard officer for the Delaware raffle and has nested millions near a regional software developer in a New Jersey equine race path. Mr. Asher told William Mound has be a domestic behalf in Nevada, but how's not definitely the purpose anywhere. We surely plan to include a really considerable mark present in New Jersey, he told. In some state, it will fair rely on regulatory and potential who our regional affiliate is. This U.S. is departure to be the largest sport wager marketplace in the planet, he added. Apparently how's not departure to occur on day A.